We will talk about Prophet Muhammad's grave. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, his grave is in Medina. Medina means city. Some Muslims believe that Prophet Muhammad's grave is in Kaaba and Muslims are turning around of his grave, but that is wrong. His grave is not in Kaaba. There are three pillars inside of Kaaba, nothing else. I asked this question also, why he had chosen Medina and not Mecca. Normally, Mecca was his hometown. He was born in Mecca, his childhood, and he had many relatives in Mecca, but he had chosen Medina. To understand this question and answer this one, we have to ask another question also about Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab is Prophet Muhammad's uncle. Abu Lahab loved his nephew, Prophet Muhammad, very much, but he refused the message of Prophet Muhammad, and his name was written in Quran as a person who would go to hellfire. As long as he lived, he never believed. This is also another miracle of Quran. And but when we look at Quran is so interesting book because if Quran writes 100 times, for example, heaven, it writes also 100 times hellfire, hell. And if Quran tells 1,000 times, for example, white, 1,000 times black also is written in Quran. So why Abu Lahab's name was written in Quran? What is the message of God using a name? Normally, Quran never used any Sahaba, Prophet Muhammad's brand name or enemy's name in Quran. It is not written because God was teaching us to be against behaviors, not characters. And but this rule was broken. Abu Lahab, when we read Quran, there is a chapter Abu Lahab, and he was cursed, and what he had done, and his mentality was condemned, strongly condemned. And what was the opposition of Abu Lahab in Quran? There should have been a Muslim name who believed in Quran, accepted Prophet Muhammad. Who was he? Just only one Muslim name I looked for inside of Quran. I told myself he should have been Abu Bakr, who is the first Caliph right after Prophet Muhammad. But God didn't care of him. He said only one of two when they were in a cave. When we observe Quran, we see one person's name. His name was Zaid bin Haris. He was a slave who was bought by Prophet Muhammad. He was a young boy, and Prophet Muhammad took him his home, and he was like his own son, and always behaved him kindly, and liked him as if his own son. And many years when Islam came, and Zaid was the second Muslim. He accepted the message of the Lord. Abu Lahab came and visited Prophet Muhammad's home, and he said, "Nephew, what is your message? What is this new religion?" And he said, "Uncle, I brought morality and justice. The basement of this faith is morality and justice." Then Uncle asked, "So, if I do whatever you tell me, if I choose morality and justice, what will happen to me? What will I have after that?" And Prophet Muhammad said, while Zayd was sitting at the corner of the home, the room, uh, the same as Zayd. What he will have, you will have the same thing. And Abu Lahab was very angry when he heard this answer, because he never wanted to be equal to Zayd. And he said, "Curse on your message, curse on the religion who made me equal with the slave, a boy, slave. I'm the one of the rulers of Mecca, and you make me equal with this poor boy." And he left home and never came back. He was always the enemy of Prophet Muhammad. So, what was the message of this? The message was the blood and being relative is not important. The heart is important. Blood, not blood relation. But when we look at Zayd was nothing. He had no relation, blood relation with Prophet Muhammad, but his heart was connected to Prophet Muhammad's heart. He was a loyal believer. Today, many Muslim religious sects and also some Muslims, they try to explain their ancestors are coming from Prophet Muhammad's family. That is not important, because Islam doesn't care of being or having a blood relation with Prophet Muhammad. This is nothing. And let's come back to Medina. Why he was in Medina. There was another story about Zaid, because I arranged another proof about his loyalty, and I found very interesting story about Zaid. His father, after looking for his own son in the desert of Arabia every time, he found his son in Medina. He was very happy after many years finding his own son in Medina. Directly he went to Prophet Muhammad's home. He said, "Oh Muhammad, my wife is still crying. Can I take my son back to Yemen?" Because Zaid was from Yemen. It's an area in the south of Arabian Peninsula. Today the capital is Sana'a. And Prophet Muhammad said, "He's a free man. I can't keep him here. He can do whatever he wants. I never hinder." And he was very happy. He went to his son's home and he said, "Son, I got the permission from Prophet Muhammad. We can go back to Yemen. Your mother missed you very much." And Zaid was very sad, and he sadly said, he said that he couldn't come back to Yemen with his father. His father was very surprised. He said, "Why? Haven't you um, ever missed your own mother? Don't you miss your city? Don't you miss your brothers, sisters, and Yemen's food, meal, your nation, your country?" He said, "Father, I miss you very much, but I cannot come with you because I have a mission here. I can't leave this man. I can't leave this city, Medina, and I can't leave this book, my mission." His father was very sad. "Okay," he said. Then he went back to Yemen alone. I told myself what Zaid devoted in his life, missing his country, his mother, his brothers, sisters, but he never went back to Yemen. He was always in Medina. After many years, Macca also converted to Islam. Prophet Muhammad gave a lot of camels, gold, which was collected from the taxes, and these new Muslims were very happy with these good gifts, and Medina people asked themselves a question: will Prophet Muhammad go back to Mecca? And this question was asked to Ali, not directly to Prophet Muhammad. Ali didn't know the answer. He went to Prophet Muhammad's home and asked this question, what Medina people were asking. And he told Ali together in a hill, on a hill, and he was going to speak to Medina people. He said, there mustn't be any Mecca person around of us. I have to speak there lonely. You can come, Ali. He said. Then Ali brought all the Medina people around on a hill, and Prophet Muhammad started speaking. He said, when I came to the city, I was powerless. You were around of me. We were together against tyranny, against violence, against uncivilized mentality. We made the city together. Those Mecca people, they went back to Mecca with camels and gold coins and wealthy. But I will be always in Medina, he said. Zaid couldn't go back to Yemen. How could Prophet Muhammad go to Mecca? There were many messages in the life of Prophet Muhammad, but we choose mythology and some fake stories. And all about these things I explain in my book, Muslim Illuminati. There are two Illuminatis in the world. One is Satanic Illuminati, and the one is Muslim Illuminati. Muslim Illuminati means Darul Arqam, the first Quran home. On the hill of Safa, where the sunlight comes from, to Mecca, to Kaaba. So, our illumination is going to be with Quran and its principles. The principles of Fatiha. 7 principles of Fatiha. It is not for the deaf people reciting. We must recite Fatiha for ourselves because we need it, not the deaf one. Thanks for joining me.